I mean, really proud of. I was going over with Mike before some of the numbers having to do with the African American community. It's the best numbers we've ever had. I very much wanted to go, but we had a date. The date got changed, and unfortunately, they wanted to do it in the form of a question and answer. I think you were going to be possibly the person asking the question. Yeah, I mean, so maybe you could answer the question better than me. Yes, go ahead, please.
Mr. President, would you appoint Senator Rand Paul as your emissary to Iran as a parliamentarian?
No, I don't know anything about that, other than I have spoken to Senator Paul. And Senator Paul's somebody I have a very good relationship with, and I would listen to him, but I didn't appoint him, no. When did this come up?
Yesterday or the day
Yeah,
before.
no, he's somebody that I listen to. I respect Senator Paul. And if he had some ideas, I'd listen. I will say that Iran is a much different country right now. When I took over and Mike and I came into office, Iran was the scourge of the world. They were doing 14 different sites of confliction. They were fighting and causing problems in Yemen and Syria and Iraq and all over. It's a much different country right now. You look at what's happening, you look at them pulling back, and they're not pulling back because they love us. They're pulling back because they don't have money. They're being hurt very badly by sanctions, and I hope that doesn't happen for long, because I hope they're able to straighten it out. It can happen very quickly. But if you look at the original President Obama deal, it was a disaster from many standpoints, but most importantly, because it was going to be ending very shortly. You know, it's a very short-term deal. You can't have a short-term deal for a country. You need a 100-year deal. You don't need a short-term. In a few years, literally in a few years, they would be on their way to a nuclear weapon. That's unacceptable. Plus, they can't do ballistic missiles, and the deal allows them to do ballistic missiles. And we have to look at other sites. The most important sites, we were not allowed to go in and look at. What kind of a deal is that? And other things, and many other things. So Iran is not the same country. They have inflation now at 75%. They're having tremendous problems within the country. They're selling very little oil. We have an embargo. We have a stop on oil. Even the European countries are now agreeing with me. You see, they're coming over, and they're coming over very strong. It's very sad what happened to Iran. All we want to do is have a fair deal. The deal that was made was a bad deal. It was not approved by Congress. A lot of problems with the deal that was made. And we can do something quickly, or we can take our time. I'm in no rush. I'm in no rush.
Mr. President, are you concerned that your supporters chanting, send her back, puts Representative Omar or the other representatives in danger?
Well, I have tremendous support, and I wasn't happy with that message that they gave last night, but that was a packed arena. We could have sold an arena. We could have sold 10 of those arenas last night. There were tremendous numbers of people that couldn't get in. We had outside thousands and thousands of people, and we had thousands and thousands of people that wanted to come, and we said, please don't come. It held 10,000 people. It was packed. We could have sold that arena 10 times. There's tremendous support for the Republican Party. There's tremendous support for this team, for the president, for the vice president. We have tremendous support, maybe like nobody's seen in a long time. There's great energy. I say there's far more energy on the right than there is on the left. I mean, I hear about the left. All I see is the left is fighting all over the place. I think we have far more support than they do, and I think we have far more energy than they do. And we're going to have a very interesting election. But I was not happy when I heard that chant. Thank you, Thank you very much, everybody.
Why did they do it?
You'd have to ask them. You'd have to ask them, John. What I would suggest I was not happy with it, but what I would suggest, you go there, go to North Carolina, and you ask the people, why did they say that? But that's what they said. That's what they
stop
did.
them if they try to do it again.
Well, I didn't like that they did it, and I started speaking very quickly. I could have stood back. Excuse me. Well, really, if you would have heard, there was a tremendous amount of noise and action and everything else. I started very quickly, and I think you know that. Well, I know. Maybe you're giving me too much credit. You're used to giving me too much credit. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.